Hello, Phil Swann here again with another quick episode of Together, where we look at well-being, good mental health, and the Christian hope. This week is the week leading up to Easter week, and this coming Sunday, we, along with churches not only through Wales, but throughout the whole world, will be thinking about, in particular, what's sometimes referred to as the Triumphal Entry. What we're wanting to do with Together over the next few episodes is really to focus our thinking on those events which are central to Christianity, the death and the resurrection of Jesus, but also to make the connection with us in our struggles, as indeed we all struggle from time to time with our well-being. These things have a great deal to say to us. The Triumphal Entry is sometimes known as Palm Sunday, called Palm Sunday because as Jesus enters Jerusalem on a donkey with his disciples, he is met by crowds who are really excited. In the expression of their excitement, they take off their robes and they lay them on the ground to make a carpet for him to enter Jerusalem. And they pull down from the palm trees palm branches, enthusiastically waving them, and again laying them on the ground as he enters. He enters to a joyful reception filled with anticipation as people declare and call out, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord." Now, it's often pointed out that by the following Friday, the crowd has turned. The atmosphere has changed dramatically. And far from welcoming Jesus as a coming king, he is denounced by the crowd as they cry out for his death. Crucify him, crucify him. There is this sudden change and turning from affection and praise to denunciation and even hatred of Jesus. That in itself reminds us of just how fickle people can be in life and how fickle we can be. We can blow hot and cold. Things can stir us up in one moment and we find ourselves of one mind, one opinion, feeling strong in that opinion, and then within a short space of time, we can change. It's one of the things of what it means to be human. We are capable of this. And all that's fine until we find the attitudes of others towards us changing, which of course is central to this particular point in the story of Jesus. He is welcomed with such expectation and such anticipation of him doing great things. But when it's very clear that the things that he's going to do are not what the crowd expected, then the whole mood eventually changes a few days later. And life can be a bit like that, like this for us as well. There can be those who we feel we can rely on, those who we feel will always be there, who always understand us, and then something happens. Maybe that something is said, or not said, but something happens and the mood changes. And in those moments we can feel ourselves disorientated, confused, hurt, and let down. I often think of that contrast between the welcome Jesus receives on Palm Sunday and then the baying of the crowd before Pilate for his blood is a reminder not only of how fickle people are, but Jesus himself experienced this. There was a little chorus that I used to sing when I was a lad in Sunday school. And it simply had this line, "No one understands like Jesus." And perhaps the biggest and the greatest thing about these Together videos is that at the end of the day, we want to point you to Christ because he really does understand. The Bible tells us that he was a man of sorrow and familiar with grief. He entered our world as a real man, and he knows, certainly as illustrated by what happens between Palm Sunday and Good Friday, the bitter reality of rejection and the crowd turning on him. Maybe you recently have felt rejected by someone and you don't know where to turn. Maybe you feel deeply let down and hurt by someone and you simply don't know where to go with your pain. Well, the news is Jesus Christ understands, and he invites us to cast our cares upon him, knowing that he cares for us. So talk to him. You might say, I've never done such a thing in all my life. I've said the Lord's Prayer a few times. That's about it. But how do you talk to Christ? Well, just open your heart and talk to him in the same way you would talk to me or to another human being. He always hears our prayers. He never misunderstands anything, so it's never a case of finding the right words. He knows what's in your heart. Pour out your complaint to him, because nobody understands like Jesus.